Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're well as well. Today we are doing a fun video. Um, Let me explain what I mean by that. In England here, if you have an extended family and you pretty much call everyone by their first names. In Pakistan, however, that's a big no. You never call your uncles and aunties and these relationships like your mom's sister, your dad's sister, you never call with first names. There are generic titles, if that's the right word, that you would call them by, and there's so many, and because families are big and there's in today's video what we thought, and by the way, Faye doesn't have any practice or idea about this, but she has overheard me using these generic names, so I'm just going to test on her knowledge of how well she knows what relationship is what in Urdu. And like I can give you an example, there is Phupo, there is Mamu, there is Khala, there is Chachi, there is Dada, Dadi, Nana, Nani. So these are all the different names that I can think of top of my head. Then there is Mamani as well. So we're going to test Faye on,
This
on
is an
her
absolute guess. I really don't know any of these, but hopefully it'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah. So, you want to start with a simple one?
Yeah, simple's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with. There are too many coming to my mind now.
Oh no, okay, just ask like who is
Yeah.
this
Okay.
with the name?
If you hear me say Phupo, who do you think that person might be?
You use this one a lot, I feel like, or you speak to this person a lot. So I feel like I do know this one. I feel like I'm gonna guess it's your dad's side, and it's your dad's sister.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Good.
I need to be careful now. She understands too much.
No, that would be the only one I get, I'm sure. Okay.
Khala.
I'm gonna go with Mum's family.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds kind of feminine, so I feel like it's a mum's sister or something.
Yeah,
It is?
Yeah. Okay. Mamu. Let me say it again. Mamu.
So obviously, like, to me that kind of sounds like a mum, but I don't think it is. And I feel like in the back of my mind somewhere it might be for a man. But I don't know why I'm thinking
right.
that.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Now who that is, I'm not sure. But I'll guess Dad's brother.
No.
No?
No. You were close. So it's Mum's brother.
Mum's brother.
Yeah.
Mamu. So, okay, so Mum's side of the family, Mum's brother. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give the next one would be a close relationship to Mamu.
Okay.
So it's Mamani.
So if that was Mum's brother, maybe his wife?
Yeah.
Really? That was a total guess.
I did give you a hint.
You did.
Yeah.
Had you have not, I don't think I'd have got it. You said close, so okay.
So another one which would be close to Phupo would be Phupa. Who that might be?
So that was your. Who was that? That was your dad's sister.
Yeah.
So, and this one is, say it again?
Phupa. That's a close relationship to her now.
So, that that was your. So, her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Chacha. First thing you have to figure out if it's a masculine.
Yeah.
If it's,
I feel like it is.
Hmm.
I feel like that sounds more masculine. So, I want to say an uncle or something. Or,
Yeah, uncle is correct, but we call everyone uncle.
I know.
So which uncle is it?
I don't know. Chacha. Dad's side of the family?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, have I said a dad's brother? Is it a dad's brother?
It is dad's brother. Yeah. And Chachi, now this is a relationship close to him.
So his wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way it works is we have generic titles for all the relationships, like my dad's sister, and then her husband would be a similar name but a masculine one. So it's the same like my uncle, then there is one for his wife as well, and that's what you are expected to call her.
It's good because you'll never forget who's who in the family.
Yeah.
It's like naming the family tree.
Yeah. And Dada.
This is something I would call my dad, but I have a hunch that it's not a dad. But it might be your dad, your granddad.
Yeah, but we have different generic names for granddad from the paternal side,
okay.
and different from the maternal side. So this is dad's dad, so it's from the paternal
I don't
side.
get it's dad's dad.
And Dadi, simple one.
It's for mum's dad.
No, Dadi is feminine.
Really?
Yeah,
So, dad, your grandma?
yeah, from my
Ah.
dad's side. So
Okay.
Nana.
It's a mum's side.
Mm-hmm.
Nana. Dada, so it must be man. Is it your granddad's on your mum's side? Your mum's dad?
Yeah, that's correct. And Nani, a simple one
So
would be.
it's your mum, your grandma.
My-
Grandma.
Yeah. Nani is feminine, it
Yeah,
sounds feminine.
yeah.
So my grandma from my mother's side.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. What else? Mamani, I've already asked. Mamu's wife would be Mamani. Yeah, you guessed that correctly.
This is a lot to learn, to be honest. Like,
I think it's
for
just,
me, this is a lot because we just use names.
we grow up calling everyone either Pupo, Pupa, Chacha, Chachi. We never call anyone by first names.
See, but there's like a thing, like a cultural thing that you call auntie and uncle, right? But my fear, because we don't do that in this country or my culture, would be when is it an age thing? Do you become like, how would you know if you were going to offend someone if you called them an auntie?
If you see anyone who has lost his hair, he's an uncle. Irrespective of what age group it is. That's how it works. You know, small children, they start calling this, the first, they go by visuals. So the first visible sign would be, okay, this guy has lost his hair, must be an elderly person. That's a child perspective. So let's be safe and call him an uncle.
So it could be, so you call each other brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, right? Like people who may not be your brother and sister and may not be your auntie and uncle. This is quite a respectable thing to do.
Yes.
But I would just
So,
fear of who, like when.
Look for the hair.
Yeah, just.
Don't say it, auntie, if she has lost her hair.
Yeah.
That would be very offensive.
This is my worry of
Maybe anyone who is married, and if you were a child, you can safely say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when one of your nieces, I think it was, called me an auntie, and for me, like, that felt so grown up, like, so, like, I'd never been called
Who
an
was
auntie
that?
before. I can't remember. I feel like maybe.
Was it Zoya?
No, it wasn't her. I'm not sure who it was, but it was. I remember. It might have even been your brother referring to me as an auntie.
Okay.
But for me, that was like, I was like, oh wow, like that sounds so grown up. Because we wouldn't do that unless it was like.
So uncle and auntie is generally used for people that have significant age gap, and out of respect, anyone who is not related directly as a family member is called auntie and uncle. Like, I can give you an example. All my school friends, whenever we would visit each other's house, so my friend's mother and his father, I would say uncle and auntie, and that's a respectable way of addressing anyone who is similar age to your dad, or someone who has lost hair. That's
The rule. The unknown rule, like the unspoken rule.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's really good. There are few which, to be honest, I've forgotten as well. And, like Bhanji is probably, I don't
No,
expect you to know
Do
it,
this one.
probably is niece.
Ah.
And Bhanja, nephew. What else? Pota is grandson, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
So Poti is granddaughter. So it just came to my mind the most important ones.
Yeah.
Sas.
Who's that? I feel like this is a total guess, but I'm feeling like it might be a superior person in the family.
Well, most Sas would behave like that.
Oh
I
god.
think.
I feel like maybe like a matriarch or like, you know, like a.
I don't think you know of it. You
No,
want
am I
to
so
guess?
far away? And I guess would be like a great grandma, granddad.
No, it's your mother-in-law.
Oh.
So,
Oops.
and Susar is
Father-in-law?
father-in-law.
Oh. Yeah, they're gonna have some sass.
Yeah. Bhai.
Brother.
Yeah. And Bhabhi.
Brother's wife.
Yeah. Bhabhi is one which we use for, we call all our friends, everyone brother. It's out of respect, out of love. And we pretty much call, whether it's a friend's wife, brother's wife, cousin's wife, would be Bhabhi.
Okay.
Yeah. And Behan.
This must be a sister.
Yeah. And okay, here's a tricky one. Nand. That's similar to Sas and Susar, just to give you a hint.
So would that be the other side? So mum, Wait,
There is no other side. Sas and Susa is your mother-in-law and father-in-law.
but like, so it's not your wife's mum or that, like, no.
No.
I have no idea then.
Nand is sister-in-law.
Ah.
And Devar would be brother-in-law.
Oh, I didn't know those.
So you have learned few new.
I definitely have learned a few.
Yeah.
Whether I'll remember them is unlikely. There's some surprising ones.
Yeah. Lots of.
Probably haven't heard you use them much. Maybe that's why. I don't know, or I don't know them very
Yeah,
well.
the most common ones are Ami Abu, Bahan
Yeah.
Bhai. Bhabi is very, very common, and then the names like Phupo, Phupa,
Yeah.
Mamu, Mamani, and
Gosh, just,
we call Mami, to be honest, Mamu's wife, but Mamani is more traditional, maybe.
okay.
Yeah.
So many.
Lots of information.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's nice because, for me, like I only call I call my mum and dad not by their name, and I also call my grandparents, so their parents, I've always called them grandma or granddad or nana, but they're not. I wouldn't call, like, maybe when I was little I used to call my auntie and uncle, and then so like uncle and then his name, or auntie and her name, but not anymore. We're now I just kind of call them by their names, I think.
Yeah.
And there's not like it's not based on what, if it's from your maternal or paternal side. You could have all grandmas, and that could be from your mum and then also your dad's side as well. So like you can basically choose the name you want when you are gonna have that relationship with a new baby. So like grandma is a very like old-fashioned, quite like, I mean, I've had a grandma, but it sounds like grandma sounds quite like, for some people, quite, especially if they're not ready to be a grandma or a granddad, they feel like that's quite an old name, so they might go for like nana or nanny or something like that, like
That's
it's kind of
equally
younger.
old though, but,
It is, no,
yeah.
and it means exactly the same thing, but it's like a grandma is like a, that kind of, yeah.
It's a big title in
It's
their
a big
heads,
title
probably.
in their minds, yeah, but you can choose what you want, whereas you kind of are kind of given whatever the relationship is.
Yeah. What about, before we just end this video,
Yeah.
beta and beti?
This is like a child or like a younger person?
You're right. I think beta is used generically for someone who is quite younger, but beta is son
Oh.
and beti is daughter.
Okay.
And yes, you're right in the sense that any elderly person would call you beta and beti to show you their affection and
Okay.
it's
I didn't know they actually meant that though. Like
yeah, it means
son,
son,
or daughter.
and then daughter
That's
is
nice. So, but
beti.
you could use that for not necessarily your
Yeah,
son or daughter.
Yeah.
You could use it for anyone who you want to refer to as.
I mean,
your,
my sister's daughter I can call beti or
yeah.
beta for, yeah. So it's like that. Even my friends' sons and daughters, I can say that.
I guess that's why I thought it was a younger person, because I feel like I hear it a lot, and it might not necessarily be your son and daughter, but like my mum and dad would never call my cousins son or daughter.
Yeah, and there is one which is very commonly used. That's the term. Chacha is also pronounced or called as chacha. So anyone who is similar age to your dad might not even be related to you, might just be um, any person. You're going to a shop, but you see he's elderly. Out of respect, you call that person Chacha as well, which can translate as in English as uncle, but it's not the same because Chacha, you just um, say it with lots of respect, and or someone who has less hair.
So it would be just to finish off on someone who doesn't really know this stuff. It's more. It would be more offensive to call them by their name than, let's say, getting it wrong in terms of like auntie compared to sister, or like kind of like calling their name first name is just
Is
not okay.
would be taken as offensive.
Right.
Rather, people expect them to be called by.
The
Yeah.
title. Interesting.
And it's, even if you go to a food street and you see someone who is similar to your dad's age, what we would address that person is, Chacha, can I have chicken kadahi? So that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I've got some learning to do, I think. Lots of learning.
Yeah, we hope you found this video interesting and hope you learned a little about how different relationships are addressed in Pakistan. We'll be doing more similar videos just to, let it to bring it to you how different things are in Pakistan and in Asia. It's similar in India, similar in Bangladesh. In that part of the world, it's very similar culture and values. And yeah, till next time, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. A thumbs up if you like this video. We'll be back very soon with another one for you.
Take
Bye
care.
for now.
Bye.